In 2016, the fall armyworm pest was first spotted in West Africa and has since become a significant problem in over 80 countries across Africa, the Near East, Asia, and the Pacific. Fall armyworm destroys important food crops that are essential to food security and nutrition for millions of people. These crops losses are worth an estimated $9.4 billion in Africa alone every year. Farmers faced a crisis affecting their livelihoods and desperately needed quick yet sustainable responses to fall armyworm. Many turned to chemical pesticides that were not sustainable, posing risks to environmental and human health. To answer this crisis, FAO's Director General launched the Global Action for Fall Armyworm Control, a 4-year program that has provided a coordinated platform for multiple partners.
This initiative was an urgent response to the rapid spread of fall armyworm. It is a platform which brings together technical, resource, and government partners for direct and coordinated measures to strengthen prevention, preparedness, and sustainable pest control capacities at a global level, while building on FAO's expertise in the affected countries. FAO has a long track record in pest management, working in over 130 countries, and this directly informs the global action for fall armyworm control. But we also know that we cannot do this alone. We collaborate with leading experts and countries to develop the local capacities, to build partnerships with academia and research centers, and to develop and upscale both sustainable and innovative solutions. A great example of innovative technologies we are using in this program is the Fall Armyworm Monitoring and Early Warning System mobile application, or what we call the FAW app. It is an application being used in 63 countries that works offline and provides farmers with advice on how to manage fall armyworm. This technology builds and leverages FAO's successful experience in desert locust control. But we also believe and know that farmers are the co-creators of these solutions. Through one of FAO's most successful approaches, the Farmer Field Schools, we are working with farmers, empowering farmers from the very beginning of a process to validate and upscale solutions and agricultural practices to manage fall armyworm.
Coordinated responses under the Global Action have extended across global, national, and regional scales. Scientists, farmers, government, NGOs, and extension agents at every level have come together to find sustainable solutions to mitigate the damage caused by the fall armyworm. Options including biopesticides, mass releases of natural enemies, and intercropping have been tested and validated at country level and shared with farmers through training and regional knowledge exchanges. The Global Action has also been able to dramatically increase awareness of these pest control options and has empowered over 300,000 individuals by equipping them with the array of tools and techniques tailored to local conditions to control the fall armyworm.
Over 60 countries has been actively engaged in this global action to apply the monitoring, prediction, and integrated pest management technology in farm fields. Multi-language prevention and preparedness guideline has been propelled and shared globally. Now, let's hear some impactful story from the field.
In Cameroon, techniques such as intercropping have been shown to reduce fall armyworm with the added benefit of income derived from this second crop. Carefully following recommended planting dates has also proved to be very important. Delayed planting can mean an increase of fall armyworm by as much as 20%. Also, pest-resistant crop varieties can slow pest build-up, benefit biological control, and reduce yield loss.
The skills that we have been using to make sure we reduce this pest in the field are the biopesticide and intercropping maize with beans, intercrop maize with groundnuts. We do this intercropping because the fall armyworm has a cycle. They cannot lay eggs on beans. They cannot lay eggs on groundnut. They mostly lay their eggs on smooth surface, especially the maize. So when we introduce this mixed cropping, maize or groundnut, they don't come around because it is a repellent to the fall armyworm. That is what has been making us to succeed to fight the fall armyworm in our area.
In Kenya, farmer field school groups have been successful in testing botanical biopesticides to manage fall armyworm while reducing health and environmental risks to local communities.
Kwanza walichagua wakulima mashinani. Hao wakulima walikuwa wanatoka kwa hizi vikundi ya FFS na wakawa sponsored, wakapelekwa training na Food and Agriculture Organization. Walikuwa trained for 1 week. Na hao wakulima wenye walipelekwa training walirudi mashinani na kuwekwa kwa hizo vikundi za FFS, na hao pia waliendelea kufunza wakulima. Kwa hiyo kikundi mzima tunajigawa mara 4 kwa subgroups. Na kwa hizo subgroups tuna set kitu inaitwa PTD. PTD ni Participatory Technology Development. Ya kwamba tunataka tuone hizi mbinu 4 tunazigawa kwa hizo subgroups 4. Sasa tukasema wacha tutumie group moja watafanya botanical, group ingine wafanye ITK, group ingine wafanye chemical na group ingine ifanye mechanical. Tulikuwa tunataka tujue which kind of chemical is more suitable for the reduction of fall armyworm in maize production. Mbinu yenye tulikuja tukagundua ni mbinu bora zaidi na kwa wakulima kwa hii area, tuliona hii botanical technology. Botanical tuliona ni rahisi kwa sababu zile vitu tunatumia zinapatikana kwa haraka kwa mkulima. Si vitu yenye ataenda dukani azinunue. Kitu cha pili, hiyo mixture baada ya kuitengeneza, hata ukispray kwa mimea yako haina madhara yoyote.
In the Philippines, training has covered the use of biopesticides and monitoring technologies such as FAW, a digital application for pest monitoring and reporting. Extension and training are critical to success. This has helped farmers like Leah Aradanas to mitigate the serious damage caused by fall armyworm. Now, her family farm can again feed their household and afford to send their children to school.
Malaking tulong po sa aming mag-asawa yung income namin, lalong-lalo na 4 po yung anak namin na lalaki, sabay-sabay silang nag-aaral. Hindi po kami nahihirapan or kapos sa pagkukunan namin ng pagpapaaral sa mga anak namin. And of course, ngayon, kung dati ang ulam namin is galunggong lang, pero ngayon, nakakaulam na kami ng mga adobo at saka fried chicken. At sa tulong din po ng mga income namin is nakakabili rin kami ng mga konting-konting mga pakonti-konting gamit po sa bahay.
Farmers and researchers say the global action has been very successful in many ways. For example, farmers reported that yield losses caused by fall armyworm were reduced to 5% in Kenya and 5.5% in India in 2022, compared with between 11 and 55% yield losses 4 years earlier. Success is also seen in greater awareness and use of sustainable fall armyworm control techniques and treatment options, such as biopesticides, while the use of synthetic pesticides that threaten human and environmental health has dropped. After training, many more farmers began using personal protective equipment when treating their fields with synthetic pesticides. Before training, up to 25% of Kenyan farmers sprayed pesticides without wearing any protective gear, and rates of pesticide poisoning were high. Although it remains a major challenge to food crop production, farmers are learning to manage fall armyworm with a more sustainable approach. Still, work must continue. Valuable lessons from the global action must be applied against future invasive pests and pathogens. FAO thanks all its partners for their immense support in achieving these highly important goals. And if you want to know more and join the efforts to eradicate fall armyworm, please visit FAO's Fall Armyworm website.